Hello everybody, this is Lee from Normandy Atelier, and today we are continuing our journey with my paintings, and today is part 3. Today is just a little bit cold. I just wanted to have a pink sweater, oversized, and just drink some tea and be calm and talk about my paintings. And I figured out there is nothing better than talking about my frog collection because I love painting frogs, which is so funny because I don't believe I have ever seen a frog in real life, especially here in the Normandy. Although we have the park animalier, which is like a protected area for animals in the forest. You can see all these kind of rare animals there. But there is a section for frogs, and they say on the signs the frogs of Normandy or something. They are very green and vibrant. I have never seen them. Maybe they are just active at night, I don't know. But I love painting frogs. Because they are a little bit humanoid, they can evoke lots of stories and they can be easily transferred into whatever I want without being a cliche, like a witch or a detective or whatever. The first one was not actually, the first few ones were not original. I found them on YouTube. And the first one is not sure. Maybe it was this one, just a frog waiting for the rain to end under a very huge mushroom. I love this painting so much. It is actually from the YouTube channel Michelle the Painter. She's technically my art teacher. She is amazing. I was just immediately captivated by it. I don't know why. I never thought I would like anything about frogs, but this one was the first one I saw something a little on YouTube was a little bit whimsical, and it seems like it's coming from a fairy tale or from a sketchbook or from, I don't know, a storybook for children, something like that. It just reminded me of my childhood somehow. I don't know why. Anyway, it felt so cool, and I was just starting to learn about painting. It was 2022. And I have never painted before. So I just wanted to try it, and you can see it's not exactly perfect. Perfect is not perfect because there is nothing perfect about painting. Perfect is what you like as an end result. If it's like you feel it's perfect, well, it is perfect. And sometimes imperfection is what makes the painting perfect. Anyway, perfect is something that I don't seek. And it's just the rain, the big mushroom, the dimension, the stone behind him, and the floor. Like, it's very, very, very impressionistic. You can tell how texture there is in this painting just by looking at it. And I think it's very interesting. It's very cool. And it's the first time I paint something alive, like a mushroom or a frog, I believe. And yeah, it's just fun. The second painting, it's very similar but different. I believe, for me, he is the same frog, he is the same character. It just finished with raining, and now he is just reading in his forest under this like magical mushroom lamp fusion thing. He is in the forest at night, and he is just reading. I love him so much. Maybe he is reading Agatha Christie or a murder mystery or something. I love Agatha Christie. And yeah, this is what I thought. Like, he is reading Agatha Christie under this light, the magical forest mushroom thing. It's very atmospheric. The two together just made me like to from when I started painting, I knew that I would love to paint these characters. They seem like they are characters in a real story or in a movie or a cartoon or in real life. Doesn't matter. It's not something just abstract or just a landscape. I love landscape so much. It's very therapeutic for me to do a landscape, but something like this is very unique and very fun, and it's not so real. It's just something fantastical. You can imagine whatever you want and you can do it. And because it's very impressionistic, but the lighting technique, everything else, it feels a touch of realism. And from that point, I knew that I love impressionism and I love these touches of realism because it doesn't feel like these characters, it doesn't seem out of place. You don't need a context about them to understand what they are. And well, I love that about it. The third one, it took me like a year to come back to frogs again, and was 2023. Just frogs doing yoga. Because at 2023, I started doing yoga myself every single morning. I love yoga. At the time, I had lots of back pain and nothing was working, no physiotherapy, nothing. So I started doing yoga and yoga just healed me. I love yoga. I wanted to do a painting about yoga, and again, I found this on YouTube. Again, Michelle, the painter, she is great, and she did this painting, and I did it myself too. Just frogs doing yoga. That was the best thing that I could do, because like I like frogs, I like painting them, and it became like a metaphor for everything I wanted to paint later in the future. Like I will think about something and maybe I will add frogs to them. I will make the frog version of the idea. And it became something that integrated into my life. It's something fun. And for me, this painting, I changed some of the colors because, for example, the leaf, it's like a neon green color. It's more vibrant. I like it a lot. I wish I was as zen as these frogs are. It brings me joy. I put it here in the bedroom so I can see it every single day when I wake up, because like it's fun. Like just talking about it makes me happy. The third painting is a little bit special because it's the first painting I did and it was original, and it's a little bit big. This is the third painting. It's just two frogs in love in the magical forest. I believe it's the same forest as before. Well, this is how I imagine it. But you can see how much, this is completely original, just imagine it. And you can see how much I grew since the beginning, because even the first two paintings, they had lots of dimension in them. I was not executing that very well, especially in the brush strokes were very thick before for me. Here it's more thin, it's better, I believe. Everything here seems cool, and I imagine them to be gay frogs just in this magical place. They are surrounded by these mushrooms. I don't know, mushroom and frogs became intertwined for me, maybe because of the first two paintings. I don't know, I just like to add mushrooms to the painting, frogs paintings for some reason. It feels whimsical. It adds to the whimsy vibe, to the fantasy vibe. It gives like a little bit of a folk tale or folklore or fairy tale vibe to it. This painting was also, I don't know, like the forest is very impressionism. Everything about it, the atmosphere, the dimension, the trees, but the frogs also, and the water, the foam, the bubbles. It was all kind of techniques that I haven't done before. It's just something that I saw other people do online maybe. And I was, maybe I can do that if I tried. Maybe this was 2023 too. Yeah, I love it a lot. It's just so cool. And I hang it in the bathroom because it feels appropriate to do so. They are just showering and they are in love, and this is my relationship goal, I believe. If I have a relationship, I'm not at the moment, so whatever, but yeah, it's just so cool. The next one also is a little bit special because everything else from this point, everything is original. This one is the king of all frogs. He is very special. He is just having his crown and his cave and his castle. And the idea, the idea about this frog is a little bit cool because I am an atheist. I don't like religion, any kind of religion. And there are lots of cathedrals and churches here around me in the Normandy, and I like to visit them because, well, I will listen to Madonna like a prayer and I will go there. They have lots of beautiful art inside of them, and one of the most beautiful things about them is the glass in the windows. It's so beautiful, but it's full of religious imagery. I don't like that. I wanted to do something similar, like colored the glass and painted the glass without the imagery. And I was thinking, what can I do? And without, for example, Jesus or whatever kind of imagery they have, well, I will do the King of All Frogs because for me, he became the symbol of Normandy and the symbol of everything that I do in art, especially at that point. This painting, for me, it took like a week to finish. Normally I will finish the painting at the same day, This is the longest that I had to paint because I am very bad at drawing. I cannot draw. And this is all about drawing. And it's very geometrical style, and I had to just do all the sections, then color the section, then add the borders and add it was a nightmare. But it turned out great. I love it so much. This is one of my all-time favorite paintings. And because it feels unique, it feels, I don't know, it feels very personal. I like it. The next few paintings are also original. The first one, I don't know how I feel about it. It feels cool and not cool at the same time. I don't know. You can tell me what do you think? Because he is just having a vacation on the beach. The frog. He has his sunglasses and everything, but I added the mushrooms on the side, and that makes the painting for me feel really weird and surreal, because the mushrooms, they don't belong to the beach at all, or to the scene at all. I just wanted to add them because they seems out of place, and maybe this was the whole idea. And there is like a forest behind him, or an island or something, and he is just gazing to the sunset. It feels weird. It feels like outwardly for me, this painting. And I don't know how to feel about it. Sometimes I feel like I like it. Sometimes I feel, I don't. So yeah. But again, the technique is interesting. It has lots of impressionistic style, but at the same time, it feels like, especially in the reflections, I add lots of color, unrealistic color to it, I believe. It was a fun experiment. The next one, it was Halloween last year, so Halloween 2024, and it's just a frog witch. It's so fun. It has his hair pumpkins, hair hat. It's whimsical, it's fun. There is a moon and bats and I don't know, vampires, I don't know what. It's just very interesting. And I talked about it in depth in my Halloween paintings videos previously. So I'm not going to waste your time about that. If you want, you can check that video. But yeah, it shows here how I grew and lost the technique, the trees, the painting, and it's again like it's continuing the same idea. Like these are characters that I am telling their stories, or it feels like they are part of a story. They are not something like a landscape or something abstract or something like that. The next one is a huge one. This is A2 painting I did like this year. October, September this year, maybe September this year. And he is just a farmer frog. I did lots of hiking this year, and there was all these beautiful fields of wheat. They were golden and beautiful, and I just wanted to make something about the harvest. But again, he is a frog in Normandy. He has all his crops, his overall, and I don't know, his pumpkins, apples, and the field of golden wheat behind him. He is happy, he is proud of himself. He's smiling. He just finished a very long day at work, and he is coming back to his family or to his place. I don't know. I like him a lot. And I use lots of color that I don't use normally. Like this sky, it's very vibrant. The colors of the fruits, very vibrant. But I had all these tubes of color that I don't use. And I told myself, well, I'm going to use them all in this painting. And this is how it came to life. The next painting is the final frog painting that I did. This one is very interesting and very cool, I believe. In my opinion, at least. This one is like whimsical and scary at the same time. Like it's a detective frog, and he is in Normandy. He is in my city because this is the cathedral. I tried to add the cathedral in the background. The city itself, the first time I did a city landscape. Cityscape? I don't know what it's called. But yeah, and I was trying to understand how perspective work in this kind of environment because I have never did it. And I didn't have white color at the time. So it was a challenge to add reflections and light and highlights to the picture. So I opted to do everything dark and added yellow and metallic gray and silver to add the highlights. And I think it turns out very good. Like it feels rainy without like it just finished raining and he is just here. But at the same time, I was thinking about many things like detectives from Agatha Christie, because I love Agatha Christie. Like he's like Hercule Poirot or something. Or maybe he is, I thought about loneliness and being alone in a big city. It's like Stranger in Moscow for Michael Jackson. That was another inspiration. And at the same time, it feels alienated because he doesn't feel comfortable. He seems alone and confused, like he is forced to be in this body as a frog, to be in this human suit and trench coat and overcoat. Like that is like a horrifying experience. This is why the horror elements come, and it feels like a film noir or something like that. I don't know. So it was lots of inspirations at the same time, and I wanted to give it like this loneliness vibe to it and 80s vibe to it. Again, like I talked about Michael Jackson, but again, Madonna, she had this song, Beautiful Killer, and I imagined all this neon colors and 80s vibe, and yeah, this is how this painting came to life. And I believe here, like you can see how much I changed. Like it's very different from everything that I did because it's a cityscape, it has lots of dimension, it has lots of inspiration from real life, but it turned out to be something extremely different, something that doesn't exist at all. Those were my frogs paintings. I love frogs so much. I am going to continue that. It became some kind of a signature to me. People would always tell me, oh, you paint lots of frogs, this is so cool. And yeah, I believe it's cool because again, I can take all these cliches ideas and turn them into something very original and something funny and whimsical, and it has a story at the same time, and it has depth sometimes at the same time, like the detective frog painting. So yeah, please let me know what you think about this whole collection about frogs. Leave me a like if you like this video, this format. We can continue that, and I hope to see you all in another video. Bye everybody.